Before we start this video, I'd like to dedicate this video and subsequent videos coming up to the life, memory, knowledge, compassion and gentle nature of recently deceased friend, mentor, acquaintance and overall inspiring human being, Richard Forrest. Richard, it's a shock that we've lost you, mate. You were a legend in life and you will always be a legend. Rest in peace. So last year we finished off with the Tylosaurinae common names, so this year we're going to start with the Mosasaurinae names, and particularly miscellaneous members of this particular group of mosasaurs. So let's just jump straight into it. So first up on the miscellaneous Mosasaurines is Corisodon puntilangensis from the Santonian of British Columbia. This animal is about 3 to 4 meters long. I actually covered it in a video detailing the interesting paleobiology and taxonomy of this particular animal, and also relative that we're going to get into in a very short while. So pretty easy with this one. I'm going to actually keep the genus name, so Corisodon, but because this is a unique species compared to its sister taxon, we're going to call it the North American Corisodon. So really easy with this one, and yeah, it's a spoiler alert for the next species that we're going to talk about. So the Corisodon SP specimens, or what I'm going to informally call Corisodon chicoensis, from the Upper Campanian Maastrichtian of the Izumi group in Japan. So this animal, no idea what it is. In fact, it's speculated to be a dwarf species of Corisodon. So for this guy, I've gone for the Shikuku Corisodon species. Yeah, again, really easy with this one. I just think that the Shikuku name distinguishes it from the North American species, particularly if we think this could be a dwarf species. So that's what I've done for this animal. So another mosasaur that I've actually covered in the past in detail, and you should actually check out those videos, is Cladastes, particularly Cladastes propython. Now I won't be including the other species of Cladastes in this series because their taxonomy it still needs sorting out, unfortunately. But Cladastes propython ranges from the Calnisian to the Lower Campanian possibly. There's a bit of contention there. It comes from the Morville Chalk and the Niobrara Formation in the US. It can be up to between 2 to 6 meters in length. That's pretty big animals in some individuals. For Cladastes, I've gone for a bit of a unique name here. So as a general term, we're going to call this and some related taxa Clidasts. So Cladastes would be a Clidast. But particularly because of the sort of overall anatomy of the vertebrae of this animal, I've gone for Torpedoclidast. It's sort of a descriptor for the speed and accuracy and precision of the hunting style of this animal, and I think it's really appropriate. So yeah, Torpedoclidast. Next up we have a mosasaur with a really cool name. It's Jormungandr valhalliensis from the Lower Campanian, roughly about 80 million years ago from the Pierre Shale of the US. This animal was a close relative of Cladastes, around about a similar size of 6, but potentially up to 8 meters, so much bigger than the Cladastes in some respects. Because this seems to be a transitional species from the Cladastes type mosasaurs to the more Mosasaurus type mosasaurs, I've kept it more with Cladastes and called it the giant Cladast, purely because if this animal is obtaining sizes of up to 2 meters bigger than some of the biggest Cladastes, its giant size should be highlighted. So yeah, Jormungandr valhalliensis is the giant Cladast. Now this is a particularly weird mosasaur. This is Megapterygius from the Lower Maastrichtian, so around about 72 million years ago, so on the very verge of the lowest Maastrichtian, and it's from Japan. And this was a really weird mosasaur. Had very wing-like flippers or wing-like paddles. This thing looked like it could fly. In fact, I think a lot of the newspaper publications said it was a flying marine reptile, but not in the sense it actually flew. No, nothing like that. This animal was similar size to Cladastes, about 6 meters in length, but just had ridiculously large paddles proportionally for its size as a mosasaur. This one, I've kind of mixed some of the sort of Anglications of some of the scientific words there. So what I've gone for is and I do apologise for the butchery of the pronunciation, but the Wakayama blue dragon lizard. Again, it refers to Wakayamensis, which is in the name, but it also refers to other aspects of this animal, particularly the fact that, well, dragon is a pretty good descriptor for this animal. I mean, it's got big sort of wings in a way on the paddles, and I thought that would be pretty appropriate. So it's a dragon lizard, which is really cool. So yeah, Megatrigius is the Wakayama blue dragon lizard. And yes, unfortunately, it is a bit of a short video this week. So we're going to go with the final miscellaneous Mosasaurine, and that is Stellidens Mysteriosus. Yeah, really good, really obvious name there. It's from the Upper Maastrichtian, from the Moroccan phosphates of Morocco, possibly obtained a size of 5 meters, but we have very, very scant material on this animal. In fact, I'm lucky enough to actually have a tooth of this animal in my collection. Now, when I covered the mosasaurs from the Maastrichtian phosphates in Morocco, in the two-parter video about the mosasaurs bearing the teeth, I said, well, I did a little skit with this animal and was like, you know, it's like David Bowie. It's the David Bowie mosasaur. So for this one, in a similar vein, I've gone for the star-toothed lizard. Pretty explanatory there. It's saying, hey, it's got star teeth, and it pretty much does. It's super weird mosasaur, super weird. So to highlight that super weirdness, we're going to call it the star-toothed mosasaur. Or if you wanted to, you could call it the David Bowie mosasaur, or the David Bowie lizard. I don't know. But yeah, there's some weird mosasaurs here that don't really have a good taxonomic place. So whether that'll change in the future, who knows? We need more specimens. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. It's the first video of 2026. There's more of the Mosasaurine common names to come out. When they'll come out, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Unfortunately, I won't be around next week. I'm off doing some personal stuff. But hope you enjoyed this video for the time being. Take care of yourselves. See you later. Ta-ra. Bye.